be out in the wilderness, out in nature, pushing yourself physically is, for me, life at its best. For years, climbing was my escape from the daily grind of work. I made some attempts at kind of having a normal professional career and found that it really didn't suit me, it didn't fit well. Over the last decade, I've been taking people on expeditions across the world. I started to see a pattern in the desires and needs of my clients in the mountains. And just like me, they were burnt out at work or in their personal lives. And I noticed that they were seeking something from these adventures that was missing from their everyday lives. I tried to figure out, what were the common themes that people were looking for. And that's where the 5 elements of adventure were born. All adventures begin this way. Traveling somewhere, stepping out of our everyday into something that's unknown, something out of the ordinary. Today I'm excited because I'm meeting a new group here in Kathmandu. I'm hoping that over the next 7 days, I can trigger a new outlook that will make them think differently about their everyday lives.
Soy informático, terminé la carrera de informática hace unos 3 años y ahora actualmente estoy trabajando en una empresa de informática.
Im normalen Leben, ich arbeite bei einer Bank, arbeite ganz normal am Schreibtisch, habe nicht viel mit der Natur zu tun. Viel Freizeit ist da natürlich nicht, aber wenn man mal...
I used to be in the Royal Marines in my past life. I got to serve in Northern Ireland just as I was finishing off, Iraq and then Afghanistan. Now I work for a cycling company.
Mon travail aujourd'hui, j'ai créé ma société il y a 2 ans. C'est une start-up qui propose une solution Internet pour les associations sportives.
At the core of my work is a belief in the power of experience. It's so easy to get lost in our daily routines. And unless we're careful, it will inevitably begin to limit us. And this is where adventure is more than just a physical release. Experiencing something out of the ordinary, something different to your everyday, stimulates your mind. It encourages it to make new neural connections because it's not just coasting through environments and scenarios that it's seen 1,000 times before.
Ha sido el primer viaje que he hecho fuera de Europa. Espectacular, parece otro mundo absolutamente diferente a lo que...
The 5 elements are all about enabling a shift in perspective. The first element, out of the ordinary, begins to open our minds to this. It's not something that happens overnight. But after this first day in Kathmandu, I can already see the guys beginning to open up, ready to embrace the adventure that lies ahead. You never know how a trip like this is going to come together, how any adventure is going to come together. We plan our trips meticulously, but there are certain things that will always be out of our control. It is that unpredictability that has ultimately enabled some of the greatest experiences of my life.
Yeah. So gentlemen, this is the Bodhi Cozy River. The middle of the bridge there is literally the launching point for our adventure. And we're gonna go on one of the largest canyon swings in the world.
It's very scary when the guide asks you to come on the platform and explain all the things it's going to do. And you have your foot on the empty space and you see downstairs and it's very, very empty.
You're standing on the edge and your feet are half on the platform and half off. You know you're supposed to jump off, and there's this strange mental and physical disagreement.
With every step closer to this little platform, began more and more my heart.
La sensación esta de quiero tirarme, pero no quiero.
Think about the most important decisions of your life, and they're so often tied to uncertainty. By letting go of the things you cannot control and establishing that core belief in yourself, you are opening yourself up to the possibility of the most amazing experiences.
Una sensación de adrenalina máxima, de soltarlo todo y de gritar y...
It was kind of scary, to be honest, you know, stepping into the unknown and not really knowing what was going to happen next.
Feeling afterwards, it's like happiness. Wow, you jumped. Yeah, look what's going on now.
It was fantastic. It was such an elation just getting flung through that valley.
In extreme sports, you're always looking to be in front of your fears.
Yo creo que la aventura consiste en eso, el no saber qué te va a deparar el mañana y va a salir bien o incluso puede salir mal. Y yo creo que eso es lo que atrae a una persona a hacer la aventura y hacer este tipo de actividades.
What did you think when you looked out and saw the bridge?
For me, life, when you know what's going to happen, it's good and bad. It's good because you can anticipate bad things, but it's bad because you don't have any joy in your life. So I prefer to be surprised. I prefer to discover every day what's going to happen.
I hope that they will keep this experience with them, that they'll remember just how they felt after their jumps. Life is full of uncertain outcomes. They don't always present themselves as a physical challenge, a bridge to jump off or a mountain to climb. but the rewards that embracing them can bring are every bit as real. Adventure has always been my passion. When I'm out in the mountains, surrounded by landscape as beautiful as this, pushing myself physically and mentally, I feel energized and alive. I wake up every morning with a smile on my face, excited about the day ahead. There was a time when I felt that my responsibilities as a husband and a father meant that the adventuring part of myself was somehow frivolous and self-indulgent. And I quickly realized that the opposite was true. Our passions are what build a sense of who we are and empower us to achieve our true potential. The pace of modern life increasingly detaches us from engagement with our passions, and we lose sight of the things that really should define us. One of the most rewarding parts of my work is to help reestablish that connection, to watch people come alive when they are reminded of the power of being completely immersed in an experience and doing something that you love.
La sensación, es la primera vez que hago, de hecho, barranquismo, ha sido espectacular.
Man spürt schon das Adrenalin, vor allem wenn man oben an der Kante steht und dann nach unten schaut und denkt, wie soll ich da runterkommen?
C'est juste incroyable. J'ai l'impression d'être encore dans un rêve. Donc voilà.
People are surprised by the energy it gives them and how hard they are able to push themselves, what they can achieve. I encourage people to take the time to step back and reflect on what really drives them. Because knowing that has the ability to transform not only their lives at home,
Hey, great job, guys!
Great job, man.
but also their work lives too.
My favorite passion is rugby. I used to play rugby since I was 10. Originally, I wanted to become a professional, but I always had a father who wants me to go on business school. I always made a promise to work on rugby or on business sports. So I decided to create my own company to build the IT solutions for a sports club. I'm very happy today to have my own company because today my business is my passion. Very happy to work in sport business today.
Take the opportunities throughout your life to try new things in the world and in yourself, to constantly reevaluate where you are and what you're doing. This way, make sure you're doing the best for you. Find your passion in life. Coming to a country like Nepal always provides a sense of perspective. Our urban lives are full of stresses that seep into our every waking thought. Long-term stress is incredibly unhealthy, but there are ways to break that cycle, to be free from those negative thoughts. I was introduced to mindfulness through a series of mentors. They encouraged me to try some sitting meditations, but I found it incredibly challenging. Found myself restless, very difficult to calm my mind. And I realized that through adventure, I could replicate a similar experience. Mindfulness really is just being present in the moment. The smell in the air, the sun on your skin.
You just take time for you. You're just looking at the scene, the water, nature. It's awesome.
You're on the river, you've got beautiful scenery around you. You're kind of going with the flow. And then you're seeing the big water and stuff coming towards you. And you realise you've got no choice. It's inevitable, you're just going to go through it. You just got to accept it and get it done.
Lo único que estaba pensando cuando iba por los rápidos era en no caer. Tienes que estar pendiente de lo que estás haciendo, estar centrado en que estás bajando y mantener la estabilidad.
When you're paddling down the river, there's no space except to be present to what's happening right there. The moment that you're distracted from that is when you flip and you go for a swim.
Maybe I was distracted for just 1 second, and 1 second is enough. At this time I knew that I can do better. You can't think about anything else, not about the past, not about the future. You have to stay in the present, you have to think about what you're doing right now.
By focusing so intensely, there's no space for outside thoughts, thoughts of work or worry about your life. This intense focus is something that is inherent in adventure sports, but it is also something we can practice in our daily lives. To be able to focus entirely on the task at hand, not burdened by distraction, can free up so much time in our lives. Whether it's the time we spend with our families, at work, or pursuing our passions, the practice of mindfulness ensures we can put our best selves forward and reap the huge rewards that come from this.
I couldn't believe when we got down to the bottom that we'd already done 2.5 kilometres, and it had taken us what felt like next to no time at all.
Great day on the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better day. What'd you guys think? I mean, some of you, you'd never been on the water before. What was it like?
It was pretty intense, because I don't think I'd focus that intensely on things I would normally do, but I'd like to.
Everyone remarked how tired they were from focusing so much and how much energy it took. The practice of mindfulness, it's not something that it comes easy, and yet we all agreed that the value from it was well worth the challenge.
Mi país y me encanta la gente, la cultura, todo diferente y que conoces nuevas cosas, todo es nuevo aquí, me encanta.
Over the last week, it's been a complete sort of change from meeting 4 strangers that we didn't really know each other. The longer the week's gone on and the more stuff we've done, we've just gelled and bonded even more.
I think of great companionship as the indelible marker of adventure. Without great companionship, we may have amazing experiences, but we don't walk away with an adventure necessarily. It doesn't really leave that mark in our lives. For this last day, I sent the guys out on their own to bike through some of the most beautiful scenery in the world and discover their own adventure.
When we arrived at the airport, we didn't know each other. And, we came from different countries, so we have different culture, even if we all try to speak English. Day by day, with the activities, each guy managed to support each other. And today, I can say with the end of this trip that we become friends, and we made a great team.
Lo que teníamos en común, la pasión por la montaña. Y el hecho de haber compartido todas estas actividades con ellos hace que los conozcas, compartes buenos momentos y acabas haciendo una piña todos juntos. Muy bonito.
Go and do the things you love. There will be like-minded people waiting there. And finding like-minded people will absolutely enhance your experience of life.
I think Maps been really good at pointing us in the direction of being able to make the most from the trip. We've been able to sort of reflect and think a lot more about what we've actually done this week.
With all the activities, Matt helped me to know more about me, and I think it will help me for the future.
Been the most rewarding thing I could have experienced. I didn't know how the trip was going to go. Bringing 4 people that didn't know each other from different countries together to come to Nepal and go on this adventure. Anything could have happened, and that is one of the beautiful parts about it. I think that they will take so much of this adventure back into their daily lives. And for me, that's really what keeps me coming out.